Hi everybody, long time no see. It's probably been at least a few minutes to a couple hours since I posted. Actually, I've got the first video scheduled, so let's schedule this one right after it. I'm just going to jump right in. This is going to be a little bit different. So I am actually going to do a manga anime review at the same time. So I'm not completely through the manga. I'm incredibly far in on this one, and I'm not completely through the anime, but I have made my way through a good chunk of it to be able to give my impressions on it. And that anime and manga is going to be Dropkick on My Devil. It is a little bit older, but in all honesty, it's probably one of my favorites as far as macabre slapstick goes. So the basic premise: a human witch and college student Yurine Hanezono summons the Lamia Joshin from hell, and all sort of zany, wacky stuff happens. So Yurine is just kind of this super cute, dresses gothic Lolita style college student who is incredibly sadistic. And Joshin is this Lamia demon who absolutely hates Urine, and basically every episode, every chapter is just Joshin plotting to kill Urine, failing miserably, and then Urine basically just brutally attacks her with a machete, a stun gun, a whole bunch of different implements of violence over and over and over. There are a lot of other tertiary characters like Peccola, who is an angel who has lost her halo and now wanders around Earth starving all the time because without her halo, as she states, she is frail as a human. Uh, where Urine constantly tries to be nice to Peccola and offers her food and things like that. And Peccola is always, Lord, forgive me. This witch, I'm at the witch's sabbat. She's offering me food, but she always in turn just eats the food so she doesn't die because she's been living in a cardboard box. We also have Joshin's friends from hell that come up, where we have Minos the Minotaur and we have Medusa the Medusa, who are absolutely adorable characters. Minos being a little bit more, strong personality-wise, still very sweet. And then we have Medusa, who is your standard, basically introvert who Joshin walks all over. The Medusa thing is always really funny whenever she's being shown wandering around human. She has a paper bag over her head. But she's probably the cutest, most adorable character in the entire show. She's super timid the entire time, but she prides herself on being a good friend, even if she's being tormented the entire time. It's fun. It's a very, very fun, lighthearted comedy. I know there was some controversy about the violence behind it, but it's done in such a stylistic way. It breaks the fourth wall constantly. Every time Jocelyn gets like butchered up, she's always shown with a mosaic over her, and the mosaic is actually brought up in conversation. The mosaic will go away once she's healed, so it's actually a plot device. And it's just an incredibly humorous take, and a lot of comedy manga and anime kind of falls short. Like, yeah, they're kind of funny, but a lot gets lost in translation. A lot of the stuff is dependent upon the sensibilities of who's reading it. This one for me just ticks every single box. For me, it's an absolute pleasure to watch or read. The anime is done incredibly well. The animation's fantastic. The humor is great. Voice acting is great. Character designs are identical to the manga, so those are absolutely great. The manga itself is done very, very well. I have no notes on um, this entire IP. It's been one of my absolute favorites. Urine is absolutely one of my favorite characters, hands down, bar none. She's just a little sadistic college student witch who likes to wear the gothic Lolita dress with the little top hat, just semi-skewed. She wears one eye patch over, almost like a chunibyo, but she is an adult. Um, and the back and forth between her and Jashin is very, very well done. You, you kind of see, is there any sort of caring there whatsoever? Is it deserved? Um, but at the end of the day, it's just a slapstick comedy. It has very well developed characters. There are a lot of other tertiary characters that are shown here and there with backstories. You get the backstories of Joshin when she was in school with Minos and Medusa, so you kind of see what their friendship is. You see Urine going to like part-time jobs and seeing how she lives outside of what she does when she goes home. And then periodically, apparently, where she lives, there's a weapon shop because she's constantly coming in going, oh, tridents were on sale today, so I bought a trident. Or axes were on sale today, so I bought an axe. It just does not take itself seriously. And I think that's what really shines about this show and this manga is the fact that it just wants to have fun. It just wants to play around. It just wants to be as goofy as humanly possible. Like I said, it breaks the fourth wall constantly in a very splendid fashion where it's constantly mentioned, even in the first episode of the manga when Jashin's trying to kill Urine. She's like, the first episode of the show will also be the last. Everything else will be a recap. It's things like that that really go to show the writing for it is really incredibly well done. It's something that I recommend to anybody. There's not a whole lot of sexual content. There's not really much bad language. There's animated violence that, I mean, it's animated violence. You can't take it too seriously. It is goofy as can be, and I think with the controversy of the violence behind it, people are losing sight of the fact that it is so over the top that it can't be taken seriously. Like, if someone's taking it seriously, then they have other problems that need to be attended to because it's just a goofy show. It's just something that is lighthearted. It's a good palate cleanser. It's not something where you have to sit there and go, oh no, is this character going to be okay? Oh no, this is something traumatic happening. It's just fun. It's something that if you're having a bad day, you can turn it on, you can laugh, you can open up the manga, you can read a few chapters, you can have a good time. It's not going to make you worry about anything. It's just something that is, in this day and age, lost. We have all of these shows where characters are getting murdered constantly, bad things are happening to characters constantly. We kind of lose sight of just the pure goofiness that comedy used to entail. Everything's got to have a message. Everything's got to break new ground. And this show is a little bit older. I believe the original season came out in 2018. The manga came out in 2012. So it is a little bit older, but I feel that it holds up. It's not trying to push any boundaries. It's not trying to break anything. It's just trying to do something, and I honestly think it does it well. I honestly feel it's something that everybody should check out if at all possible, whether it be the manga, whether it be the anime. Truly enjoy this one because it's absolutely fantastic. But I've gone on enough about this one. So, with that, as per always, read more manga, watch more anime. Guys, have a good one.